Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more naval action. So after playing that surprise match, I'm really looking forward to playing some of these more manoeuvrable ships, these faster, lighter, lower ships, and I've decided to jump back on the Trincomalee. Today we're going up against a Victory and a Cerberus with a Constitution, two Trincomalees and a Privateer. It won't be too different from the last match we played. Focus on grape shot. I'll try and lay some chain about early on. And hopefully we should be able to reduce their crew down and get underway. It's unfortunate that we're just going up against these larger ships. Certainly aren't too many of them floating around at the moment, as I think most people who had the higher ships have moved over to open world, which is pretty exciting. I'm kind of saving that as a bit of a weekend thing I do. Eventually I'll be able to bring you guys some videos on it, but we just can't at the moment, due to a request from the developers on the forums. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. One of the great things about it is it's all instanced battles that you can join. So if you see a battle in the distance and you go over there and you jump in, you'll be jumping into that fight. And that might be between NPCs, might be between players, etc. and so on. It's all very exciting. Lots of good stuff going on. But if any of you have had a look on the forums, you'll know that there's some good reasons why they haven't decided to release footage for the new open world yet. It is very bare bones. Like, you know, all the general stuff that you can see here looks, you know, just as gorgeous as it did before. Sorry, just waiting for the cannon fire to go away there. Yeah, it all looks as good as it did before, but, you know, they just aren't quite ready with some of the models, and of course balance issues. Server stability is a big part of it, in fact. That is, I think, one of their primary concerns at the moment is just making sure that the servers can really handle the player base. Keep in mind, of course, it's still a very small player base at the moment. As you, some of you may be aware, those who don't play will know that, you know, you only tend to average about 20 people online at a time. On this mode here that we're playing now, not including those in battles, of course. You know, you'll have like 20 people and then 5 battles going on between roughly this number of people. So probably about 40 people on a server on the main server at a time. And then there's at least when I hopped on, I think there was about 70 people on the open world server. So still quite a bit of testing to go, which is to be expected. This is an early access game, and there's a lot of things that they want to work on. It's very ambitious, but it's all actually coming together really nicely. One of the things that a lot of... Sorry, little buddy. I really hope I didn't hit them there. A lot of the things that... one of the things people have talked about a little bit about is that there are... I'm trying to figure how you could say it. There's not too many... No, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, everyone. Looks like we might get hit up a bit by General here. Really hope I can turn in time to avoid getting run into by Raphael here. Whew, just made it. Alright, so because we're just completely downwind of them. I'm going to switch up to standard ball shot. And just bombard them at range. I'm not thrilled about doing it. I'd much rather be getting in there, but they're just completely downwind from us, and we're very much beholden to them to come to us. In any case, there's a lot that I'm excited about with the game. They've been very ambitious, but they're actually doing it really well. The stages that they're working through are great. I'm going to try... Sorry, just watching these cannonballs coming in, and it's like, yep, I need to make tracks upwind a little bit, otherwise I'm going to suffer some serious damage. Never mind, I did anyway. And there goes my pump. It's always the pump. Always. It's either, well, okay, it's either the rudder or the pump. It's almost never the magazine. Probably for good reason, as the magazine's going to be in the safest part of the ship. Anyway, back to what I was saying about open world. Yeah, it's ambitious. It's pretty interesting. One of the things that I guess people would have a bit of an issue with is the fact that the sailing is time compressed. So you actually sail very, very fast. And I think it'll be for them to find a balance between how fast you appear to be sailing versus the distance you're currently covering. You need that time compression, though. You really do. I've said in my video talking about open world, but the amount of time it takes you to get anywhere is absolutely staggering. Like, I was able to sail in the open ocean for a good 2 or 3 minutes without even seeing another island, without even seeing anyone else. And that's the thing, you're not dealing with like a small area. You're dealing with a very large map, and it's fantastic. Death stop. Yeah, I'm peeling off. Guess he was worried I was going to run into him. No. Contrary to how it appears most of the time, I can actually sail when I have to. Except right now, where I'm failing to turn completely. Just falling marginally short, sadly, but that was the maximum extent those shots were going to reach. We're in a very unfortunate position here. We just can't get back to him. I may actually take shots at the Cerberus here, because General's the only one who's really in a position to do significant damage, relatively speaking. So if we can actually disable the Cerberus, ideally sink them, of course, that would be a big help to them. Best of both worlds. Got a hits on both Challenger and Jack Frost. Could not really ask for more than that. All I'm really aiming to do is just work my way back downwind. And it's coming along quite nicely. Oh dear, our teammates are shooting each other. Whatever are we going to do? Actually, if I can set myself up in a position here, downwind of the stationary Challenger, we could get some decent bombardment going. Alright, so trying some of this rolling fire. Right, we're going to have to get our speed on though, because Challenger is turning towards us. I really don't want him getting near me. Right, now that we've got the speed, we can get a full turn off here really nicely, and without having to worry about anything going wrong. Not too much to say at this point, we're just trying to get back there. The wind is not helping us. However, Challenger is moving. He is on the move. In range, sadly. Alright, well, if we're reasonably careful here, we might actually be able to get on their tail without them sinking us completely. So we're certainly going to aim to rush in here. Just trying to get a readout on Jack Frost. Yeah, they were in alright condition. This isn't good. We're not making the speed that we need to get over there, and we're not really going to be able to avoid damage. At least not for too long. Indeed, there is nothing quite like a broadside from a Vic. Yes, yes, I know, I put some holes in your sails. Terribly sorry. And all that jazz. Alright, so we're going to leave... Well, actually, we're going to put double shot in to our right side. Leave our... put grape shot on our left side, and hopefully... everything should work out quite nicely. We need to have done this about a minute earlier, of course. but mistakes were made. Throw us on survival, get a repair going, and just hope we survive here. We ended up taking most of the barrage there, that's unfortunate. We're not paying enough attention. We're missing out on shots at the Cerberus. But we're going to hold on to these shots and actually try to use them here. Going to swing out and try and get the Cerberus with them. Got a bit carried away there. Thinking too much about how I'm trying to fire rather than actually just focusing on the firing itself. Still, we seem to be in an A-OK position. Due to the positioning of Jack Frost here, we'll actually be able to get a broadside off against them of double, which will be nice. So that's deck 2, that's deck 1. And we're not actually going to get a shot off. That's... Oh, actually we might be able to. Not even remotely where I wanted. Well, if one thing can come out of this spot, it's maybe that the Victory will consider shooting at Cerberus. Looks like we were not attempting enough target. They decided they would wait. Might have to look at wearing a broadside here just because we've messed up our turn. we're just getting close here and hope that we don't take too much damage. No such luck. Yeah, it's been a fairly relaxed game. I imagine they probably could have done a better job sinking us sooner. They weren't playing around. See if we can hit Jack Frost here with a few shots of our double. Overshot. Ah, well. Doing that a bit too much this game, I feel. Should probably work on that. Well, it looks like it's just me against Challenger and Frost at this point. Have to see how it works out. Yeah, okay. Well, we're pretty much done at this point. Not actually going to be able to do much here. So we'll probably wrap it up. Unfortunate, we lost a ship early and then were not able to retake the wind. Excellent play by Challenger and Jack Frost, of course, even though it was all very relaxed. So, as usual, it has been Death Stimulator. Thanks very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do let us know, and please consider liking, commenting, favoriting, or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. And I'll see you all next time.